Hello, my name is Stephanie and I'm a web consultant for D&G WebWorks LLC. Today I'm going to use the comparison format to illustrate the advantages of having an online version of your shop, which would then augment your brick and mortar store. Having an online corollary to your existing physical store greatly enhances your selling capability, helps cut costs, and provides your customers convenience and the potential for repeat customers. Having a brick and mortar store is great for customers who live in your hometown or wherever you may have branches, whether it be in your village, your burg, town, metropolis, or shire. But have you considered the full potential of putting your store on the World Wide Web? By putting your goods on the World Wide Web, you have the potential to reach out to an exponentially larger audience than the physical limitations imposed on your area. The last population count stated that there was 7 billion people in the world. Of that, 2 billion people are connected to the internet. 2 billion! That's 12 zeros behind the 2. Can you imagine a 2-for-1 deal? Not only does the web expand the customer base, but the digitizing of your store helps cut real-world costs as well. Not even 20 years ago, most business models were dependent upon the mail and newspapers being delivered to potential clients. Not only was a business dependent on the physical location of billboards, TV commercials, or brand development, but all advertising means are really dependent on one crucial point. Will your customer look at the ad? Businesses have paid an unhealthy amount of money to advertise in magazines, in mass mailers, or towards the creation of TV jingles. All of these means of advertising cost money: ink, airtime, graphic design costs, and paper, which is really risky when you consider the fact that your targeted audience might not even look at the finished ad. On the other hand, you can save a hefty amount of money by putting your advertising online. In the worst case scenario, if your customers don't look at the ad, you're only out a couple of dollars, which pales in comparison to the amount you would have spent on more dated mediums. One last benefit that I'll mention quickly about advertising online is that it is very environmentally friendly. Digitizing your ad sources helps you save paper from all those magazine ads and mailers, and they're not winding up in the trash. Finally, having an online store provides your customers convenience, and a happy customer is often a repeat customer. A physical store is limited by many factors, such as business hours, and traffic flow is often dictated by the weather. If there's a snowstorm going on, nobody's going to put on clothes, an outer jacket, warm up the car, drive across the icy patches, leave their car just to walk into your store. It would be far more convenient for your customer to browse the items on the web page at 3 in the morning, and they could be lounging on a couch, sipping hot cocoa, and placing orders from your store in the comforts of their own home. I have just described to you 3 different facts comparing the benefits of having an online version of your store in addition to your brick and mortar store. I hope this clarifies some items for you, and I look forward to seeing you online. Hello, my name is Stephanie, and I'm a web consultant for D&G WebWorks LLC. Today I'm going to use the problem-cause-solution format to illustrate issues and solutions which may deter customers from shopping online. These issues are somewhat interwoven in the sales process, and they are being unable to tell what the product is like, needing help from a salesperson, and being unable to return the item should they not like it. Have you ever been in a store and you just wonder about it, desperately trying to find your product? There's not a sales associate in sight, and you roam the aisles and you're lost and you're alone. You finally find a product and it's very similar to what you want, but not quite. Perhaps it's not the right size, or it's not the brand that you were looking for. Since you had no help, you decide to buy it just to get the shopping experience over with. Now that you've had the item sitting in your house for a week, you finally determine that the product just doesn't cut it, so you want to return it. Are you within the return period? Are you going to pay outrageous shipping costs just to return it? These feelings are the same that is often felt with your online clientele. Problem 1. The clientele is unable to tell what the product is like. This problem is best addressed by being upfront with the product. By upfront, I mean to describe the product in as best as possible. For this instance, I have this baseball cap. I would go on and describe the dimensions from bill to the rear, or the materials that are used, and any additional defining characteristics on the item. An example of a defining characteristic is the back of the hat. As you can see here, it's adjustable by a clasp as opposed to the plastic snaps or even an elastic closure. This helps you incorporate a sensory aspect for the product. The other thing that you can do to help the customer visualize what the product is by incorporating a zoom or a rotate feature on the image of your item. That way they can see what the side view is, the rear view, etc. You can show enhanced details such as texture or embroidery. Problem 2. By being as descriptive as possible with your product, you can circumvent some of these customer questions, but you should still provide the capability for the client to reach out for support. There's a number of different ways to enable this. You can list your phone number online, set up an FAQ, that's frequently asked questions, page, and this can help you detail little items such as shipping information or return periods, anything that customers normally ask a lot. You can also set up an email page where the client can send an email to the business owner or a representative. A newer method includes an online chat session that the user can initiate, and they can get real-time answers to their questions. Hopefully this will clear any lingering questions or doubts that the customers had and results in a purchase. Problem 3. Perhaps the product still doesn't make the cut. It doesn't fit the client's mother-in-law, or the customer simply doesn't like the item. Returns are a tricky situation all around, but it's best to lay the rules out on the web page prior to the purchase. The adage, "to be forewarned is to be forearmed," is true even in this digital day. Put the return rules online. If a normally priced product is purchased, state that it has to be returned by the 14th day, or that if the item is marked down as clearance, elaborate that it's a final sale and that no returns are allowed. Also state if there is a return fee for having to return the item back to you. By having this vital information front and center, you can help ensure that your customer satisfaction is 100%. Hopefully I've helped you identify some problems and find practical solutions to the why is it that individuals may have some fears of shopping online. I hope this assists you, and I will see you in our next session online.